Hello YouTube, Robin Hood Bricks here, and it's Brick Haul O'Clock! With a lovely package from BrickLink.com, an even lovelier package from a wonderful subscriber, and the final piece to our lovely conveyor belt. Ooh! Yes, so technically we've had two subscriber packages this week, one being the final sort of crank handle part of this lovely vintage conveyor belt I'm going to be putting in a new harbour of Brick Nottingham 2.0, and one being this great big box. So first of all, a special bedoying to Sally for perseverance of getting all of these pieces together and sending them individually, but that is greatly appreciated. Doesn't that look absolutely amazing, as Robin can attest? Yes, very good indeed. And another bedoying, I suppose, to the sender of this, which we'll get to before my BrickLink package because it's far more important, and it is huge and heavy. So I'm thinking it's going to be absolutely packed and stacked. And it is, with loads and loads of lovely Lego. And I can see this bag already looks amazing because it looks like old grey. Somebody has sent me their potential entire collection. I don't know. I can't see a letter here. There's nothing on the box at all. No, just throw that away. And oh no, we've got absolutely no idea who to thank. There is no letter in here at all. Well, whoever you are, thank you very much. It is really, really useful getting a package like this because not only will I be able to use all of these old grey pieces doing battlements and so on for my castle. Oh yes, these cost a lot to get your hands on, but all of these other parts in the more generic colours I will use up. I mean, I'm going to be planning a new red bridge for my new city. That's going to be using some of those. Black ones are always good for building structures and flooring and so on, and even yellow and blue. If I can't use them in an undersea base or don't know what's blue, then I can always use them as structural work in all of my builds. So it's great to receive. And white, what was I building that was white the other day? Oh, clouds, yeah. So there's loads of uses for all these pieces, and there's even a bag of technical bits which I do run out of from time to time, and that looks like a really interesting mechanical sort of crank wheel. I've never seen that one before, so that looks great, and it does look like Lego. Kind of looks like a spool or something like that. And loads of pins. I'm not going to run out of those in a hurry. Oh, so that's a real shame that you didn't include your name so we could thank you in person, but whoever you are, thank you very much. I suppose there's no point tipping all of these out, is there really, given that a lot of them are standard, but then maybe I should, just to check there isn't anything absolutely astoundingly unique in there. So let's give it a go. Oh wow, there's something that I've never had before already. An absolutely huge scooper bucket for an excavator or something. That is massive, isn't it? And I know these were used as kind of roof pieces on the top of the Parisian, was it? Restaurant? Modular? I don't know if it's this one with the serrated edge, but yeah, you might be able to use it in an interesting way like that. Or I could just put it on the back of a train carriage for moving from one area to another, because they do incredibly heavy bits of plant like that. But otherwise, we've got loads of useful plates in here. Really big ones as well that I can use, no doubt, on loads of train builds, because I'm still adding loads more train carriages, and I've even got an idea for a new train that I'll unveil much later this year, partially because it's going to take a while to get all of the pieces together for, but also because, well, I think it will fit in well with the new city and a particular time of year. So yeah, we won't be able to do that over the summer, that's for sure. So an absolute load of blue. I think somebody had, with all the grey, a classic space collection. Oh golly, must make sure I get every last one out of these bags. I've never seen that in blue, but that's very useful for doing train builds as well. Yeah, mainly standard bricks, but I like it. I like it a lot. We've even got a sticker here for some sort of medical thing. I reckon it must be a helicopter or something like that. That's my guess for that one. Old grey being my favourite. I am going to be doing a very big old town in my new city, you know, because that's one of the sections of my current city that I really like, and mainly because I haven't got a huge amount of space. I've just used the Harry Potter stuff, haven't I? The sort of Diagon Alley and things like that. And I don't want it to all be Harry Potter sort of familiar, but I'm going to keep that stuff. But I want to add a cross-section of kind of classic sets, kind of like they're sort of guarded in and things like that. That sort of vibe, but also loads of my own making, and have them in old style buildings. With newer content, you know, modern stores in older sort of buildings, all higgledy-piggledy, kind of like Diagon Alley, but much, much bigger, taking a large section of my city. And I think that would be really intricate and really interesting. So I'm looking forward to that. Kind of like the mall, but old school. And all crammed in with loads of crooked chimneys and all the rest of it. So I think that's going to be a brilliant new area. So these sorts of pieces are perfect for that, because it actually helps sometimes when they've got a slightly different shade. It's like some of these reds are just slightly subdued because of age, and I think that's going to make it look a little bit older. Very subtle, but very important difference. So yeah, loads of nice plates in there, a few sort of quarter circle curved ones and so on. So yeah, that is a big focus of the new city. I'm going to make sure I've got a big area planned for it, but as for the details, I think they're going to have to wait until I know exactly what I've got to play with, because I want to have loads of narrow streets. And you know, like on Apollo Arcade, where I've got kind of cobbled streets, I want to do loads of crooked cobbled streets. So no cars in the old town, just people falling over bits of uneven pavement, basically. So loads of white in there. Yeah, there was definitely some sort of rescue helicopter going on, wasn't there, in this person's collection? And a couple of the very old translucent bricks. Yeah, this used to count for transparent back in the day, kind of this sort of, I don't know, dirty clear colour. But, you know, that could work for some sort of windows up high in the eaves of some building, or maybe an old church window or something like that. I'll put these back in here to keep them together, he says, throwing one somewhere. There we go. Fantastic. Yeah, these will be really useful. Right, I'm not going to tip out all the Technic bits, because otherwise it'll take me ages to gather them all back together again, given I'll be storing them in the same place. But we'll tip out the yellow. Let's see if there's any parts for undersea bases in here. I already noticed there's loads of inverted slopes. I just bought some of those. Grrr, bad timing, but I'm sure I can use more of them. I want some really big yellow plates, actually. They're fairly few and far between. 6x8s mainly. Yep. Oh, I thought I just saw a printer piece there, and I think I've just knocked it somewhere and now I've lost it. But anyway, is it on there? Oh, there we go. There's an Octan one. Very badly peeled, though. I don't think I'll be able to rescue that. Yep, loads of standard pieces, but an absolute mountain of them. That is going to be great. So, anonymous person, thank you very much for this contribution to the channel. It will be very well used, I can assure you. I will be putting this in all my future builds. So that is great. Right, I'm going to pause, make this into an organised heap. And then we can get on with my BrickLink package. Well, I was tempted to open a new package on top of that wonderful array of pieces, just because it was kind of like a lovely desktop background for your computer, colourful bricks all over the place. But I figured you probably wouldn't be able to see anything if I did. So yeah, I'm going to go straight into this from a bit of clear desk. Oh golly, if I can get my fingers into this package. There we go. Let's get unwrapping this. It's like it's Christmas. Oh, right, and then what do I have to cut? I think I have to cut this flap and then pull it open like that. Oh, looks like a sort of pizza box. Anyway, there we go. A wonderful array of pieces coming out with a thud. Yep, there we go. And this order was actually called Earth Defence HQ, and that's because this was the one store in the UK that had a reasonable assortment, i.e. all the ones I needed for the flyer for the 7066 Earth Defence HQ set from 2011, the Alien Conquest set, of course. I didn't want the great big transporter and to pay a lot of money for everything else that came in that set. I just wanted the blue flyer, because I realised it was a bit one-sided, the battle above my skies with all the aliens arriving. So I thought we needed some alien defence unit forces in order to repel them. I've already got the sort of big 3D helicopter thing, so I kind of wanted the jet fighter spaceship kind of thing as well. So the sticker parts are the hardest to get, and they should all be in this package. So anyway, right, I'll put these to one side. We start with the fact that I'm always looking out for these for my undersea, so that's good. And we've got a few minifigures to start with. So we have got the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Foot Soldier, who is for one of my army builds, of course. So there's another one of those. Have I got enough? Will I ever have enough? We don't know. I've got this for my future Ninjago city. I'm just picking out interesting figures when I see them. And this is called Woo Teen, which sounds like somebody with a lisp saying routine, but isn't. It is the young Sensei Wu, I think, basically available as a polybag or in set 70654, the Diesel Naught, the infamous Diesel Naught from 2018. Wow, that set never ceases to amaze me when I see it. Anyone seeing that new Mad Max film, by the way? Furiosa, is it called? I just saw the trailer for that the other day and it looks awesome. I'm tempted to buy the Diesel Naught just because of being inspired by that film. But anyway, back to the minifigure. Yeah, he's got really cool hair with a sort of top knot and a bandana sort of tie there, and chains on the front, ripped torso, all the rest. Wow, he looks fantastic. So yeah, all old people were young once, so yeah, we owe them our respect. And there is young Wu, or the Wu Teen. Will he stand up? We don't know. There's just a city one, and I got this character called Mom, not Mum, but Mom, because of her rare torso. I think I might have bought this one before, but it's pretty hard to get, and this one seems to have a dent in it, i.e. a tooth mark, but that's a bit annoying because that's the sole reason I got it, because she was only in the set 10686 Family House from 2015. So yeah, let's check the back. Usually that's how you can tell if it's a bite mark. Oh, there isn't a bite on the back, so maybe it's not. In fact, I can't really see that. I can only really see it on the screen. Or was that a screen blemish? I can't even see it now. Are we all right? Maybe there isn't damage. Can't remember where I saw it now. But anyway, that looks good from a distance. So I'm happy with that. Very rare top. There are lots that look very similar, but that one is different. Then these. So this is a character called Jaco. And there are a few different ones in this colour. God, I can't get that open. I'm just going to have to rip the bag. But I wanted more than one in this kind of lovely / hideous, and I think slightly sun damaged in this particular case, medium blue. Oh golly, that's sun damaged, isn't it? So look, that's the colour it's supposed to be, and that's the colour it is. Ugh, look at that, it's really muddy. I don't like that at all. Look at that sun damage. So I don't think that's going to sun damage being blue in hydrogen peroxide, but I'm certainly going to try it. And since I've got two of these things, I'll try it on one of them in case it ruins it. But that's really annoying, that. So I have to put those back on my list. But they basically came in another chess set, the Knights Kingdom chess set, 851499 from 2005. And this one was clearly kept out and in line of the sun because it has been quite badly affected. So yeah, I mean, the arms on that one compared with, say, the back, completely different colours, aren't they? So as you know, for my castle scene, I want to get as many different sort of contingents all visiting the same castle for the joust competition. So I thought I'd get 3 people with this kind of colouring, this medium blue, as it's supposed to be. And maybe the fact that it's faded isn't the end of the world, actually. Maybe they're just old knights or old costumes, or just got a bit grubby on the journey. So maybe it's not the end of the world. But yeah, these will be the 2 people with weapons sort of supporting their knight. And then we'll have a knight with a horse with the same coloured sort of horse head armour and so on. And maybe a flag or 2, who knows? But yeah, that's not too bad, I suppose. I'll change one of the heads out so they're a bit different because they look like twins at the moment. But it's always a bit disappointing when you get damaged pieces. It's the fact that they're not consistently the wrong colour. Look at the difference between the helmet and that. Wow, really, really bad. Anyway, right, so there's 2 of those. We'll get over that. Yeah, I think my eye is just finely tuned to different, identifying different Lego colours. So when I see sun damage, I just think that isn't right. It looks like it's counterfeit or something. So yeah, it never looks quite right to me. Anyway, I will try and move on and get over that. So we've got some little tiny figures, which I use as children's toys, either as prizes or in the toy shop. And yeah, there's quite a few cool ones here from all sorts of different games. So this one I quite liked. It looks a bit like Chewbacca, but is actually a werewolf from the set 3858, Waldock Forest from 2011, which has got loads of cool different figures in it, including a dark druid I've kind of got my eye on, who's a very sort of mysterious hooded figure. But he's a very fun one as well. So maybe there's a kid playing with that, charging around, biting people with his toy. And then there's a knight here, which I quite like the look of, with a prancing red horse on his torso and a very aggressive look. And he's called Lava Dragon Knight, which is a bit odd given his sigil. Why is he called that? Well, he's from the set Lava Dragon 3838 from 2009. So yeah, he looks nice. Then we've got a female equivalent here, a damsel, not a knight, sadly, but she looks lovely. She is called Champion Female. So maybe she actually is a champion after all, even though she's dressed up like a bit of a damsel. So she came in 3861 Lego Champion from 2011 and looks very cool indeed. So we'll give that to a girl. We'll be playing with her, doing her hair no doubt. And I think from the same set was this Ninjago skeleton as well, with the eye patch there. So that's really cool. Right, let's, I think that's the minifigures done. We can move on to the first bag of loads of interesting pieces, because although we had so many sticker pieces for that set I wanted, the Earth Defense HQ, there were absolutely loads. So this person really does well at doing the flea markets or whatever they do to get all the older pieces. So we've got absolutely loads of sticker parts that I love, so I can move them all onto parts that I want to have the stickers on. Like this one I usually put on the side of my buses as advertising for the bike shop that's in my market square. So this one originally came from the Town Square set 60026 from 2013. We've got a nice sort of vehicle front here that I think looks really very much like it came from a Space Police 3 set. I think you'll agree if you know those sets, they all look like this with sort of Go Faster stripes and skulls all over the place. But in this case, it didn't. This one actually came from a Power Racers set, 8140 Tow Trasher from 2007, which kind of looks like a Space Police set in a way, but isn't. So yeah, that's a really nice one. I think I'll use that on a car that will be like a Space Police one, maybe in my Ninjago area, make it into a flying car or something. I won't tip out this bag of flowers because I'll just have to pick them all up afterwards, but we've got all the unusual friends ones. So there's, oh god, I'll show you them. I'll tip them out. We've got some really harder to find ones like the roses, and you can get them in this bright yellowish orange. Nice rose there. And I think we've got the red roses. Yep, there's a red rose. Oh, try and show you that. And these are relatively few and far between, so if you find them, they make all of your flower scenes a lot more interesting. So that is really good to see. And we've got the pink one that is quite common now on set. I've got a slightly different pink one. I don't know if that's a deliberate thing or a mistake, but that one's sort of got the rounded petals. We've also got the rounded petals one in kind of a medium azure, and this sort of pointy star-like one in the yellow and in the red. Oh, you see there's loads and loads of variety if you're able to find them. And then we've got this sort of more, I don't know, tulipy shaped one also in the red that I've just dropped, and the yellow again. So there's clearly a different set of flowers from the ones that are currently available in new sets. And in the same little bag there were some handbags or backpacks that I'd like to give to my minifigures walking around the city. So they're just slightly decorated as well with some sort of flower emblems on, looking very bright indeed. They look nice. They look like they're supposed to go on your back, but they're not actually being worn, so that's good. Then in the same bag we've got a nice breastplate for a skeleton warrior, a nice dragon sticker for the red dragon. Somebody sent me one of those, and I think I bought one already, so I must have about 3 now, but I can use them to make some really nice banners or flags or something, or decoration for a tent when the guy for the joust is getting changed in or something like that into his armour. That would be really good, I think. So I would definitely be able to use all of them. That came in 70404 King's Castle from 2013 as part of the catapult on the outside there. We've got this nice panel piece with kind of a robot mech type stick on the inside, but I got it for this lovely sort of flaming phoenix type emblem there. That looks absolutely amazing, doesn't it? It came as part of 70750 Ninja DBX from 2015, which is seemingly a big sort of bus type van type vehicle. Not very interesting for a Ninjago set, I don't think, but anyway. So we've got that, got loads of shields. There is one that I need for my wolf pack, and that came in sets like 1596, Ghostly Hideout from 1993, which looks like a really fun set with a glow-in-the-dark ghost. Got a few of these, which I've been collecting just for their little logos to put on later a TV station with the TV6 Plus on. So those little red ones came from the Buggy 60145 from 2017. There's also this TV one, which is quite badly damaged. I'm not sure if that's salvageable, actually. It looks undamaged. Is that going to be stickable, downable? I don't know. We'll try and fix that using my patented hot tea technique. But I'm not promising anything for that one. It looks pretty badly gone. Yes, this vendor definitely sells parts that might be rejected by others. Anyway, that one came from 60111, the fire utility truck from 2016. And now this is a really interesting piece. It's Belleville, as you might have imagined. It's just on a 2x4x3 brick, which are relatively uncommon nowadays. But anyway, it's a chest of drawers, as you might have imagined. Yeah, I'm not sure if the sticker's not the wrong way up, because it looks perspective-wise. A bit better that way, or does it look better that way? I don't know. I just bought it out of pure curiosity to see if I could use it in my city. I was sort of thinking of giving some furniture to those removal men that came with that gift with purchase recently. That we got with the, what was it, the Jazz Club? Or was it the one after that? Anyway, so that came with 7586 Sunshine Home from 2008. Very nice indeed. Don't think I need another, but it's quite interesting. It's quite big for minifigure scale, but not too big. So yeah, kind of works. Needs something on the top, doesn't it? Oh, I've knocked all the minifigures down. We've got a tile, which is just a really nice set of symbols around what looks like kind of a lotus blossom. And that's quite nice, I think. Yeah, looks good. Now this is from 10755, Zane's Ninja Boat Pursuit, which seems an odd set for a kind of rug or banner. But anyway, from 2018. Nice to have that for my Ninjago city. Must have got one of those, don't remember that. One of those sort of old spell sheets that I've been sent a few of. More armour for skeleton warriors. Can never have too much of that. SSP, of course, you can never have too many emblems of that, and that's from 70808, the Super Cycle Chase from 2014, as you well know. And here's the first of our Earth Defense HQ stickers. These are the two yellow buttons that kind of go on the wings with the ADU logo, and there's actually the profile or sort of silhouette, kind of like the, what's it called, the bat flying thing. What's Batman's flyer called? The Batwing, that's it. Kind of like the Batwing. Is a characteristic shape. That is the shape of the craft I'll be building after this video. So there's a couple there. I think these might be to it as well. Yeah, these are the 1x6 tiles that go kind of down those front sort of pointy wing bits. I think that's a technical term for them, and they should be mirror images of each other, which they are, so that's good. Got that correct, and they're in better condition, so thank goodness for that. If they're in the same condition as that TV one, there'd be problems. And there's the tail fin, again with that silhouette and the number 71. So there must be quite a few of these in service, and that looks in great condition as well. Another shield, it's the blue and yellow Lion Knight one. That is a bit faded, but that's not so bad for something like a shield, I don't think, because it looks like it's been through the wars, which it would have done, being from 4816, Knight's Catapult in the year 2000. Knight's Kingdom 1, that one. There's a little Atlantis one. I think that's from the Wreck Raider 8057. Got some sort of Ninjago spiky armour. That looks good. What's this? Oh, another one of those. I got two. Oh, we can have one at either side of a doorway or something. That'll be quite cool. I like that. Clever me buying two of those. That one's from the Alien Defense Unit, and that is quite badly scratched, isn't it? With the, what's that say? D-stun scanner. So there you go. That has got F1, F2, F3. Oh, F3 seems to be an alien. F1's slightly shaded and F2's not. I don't quite get the meaning of that. If you know that, then do explain in the comments section. I think that was from the big HQ transport rather than the actual flyers. It's less important, but it was there, so I bought it. Which is the story of my life, really. It was there, and I bought it. Then this I thought was quite fun to use, I don't know, near a fish tank or something like that. Do not feed. And that is from the Gamma Mecha Man 70613 from 2017, which had that kind of shark weapon sort of face stickers from the other week. So I'll probably be able to use that, I don't know, if I ever do a zoo or something like that. I showed you that. Oh, we got two of those. More of the TV one. Some trousers. Oh yeah, there's some Alien Conquest trousers, so they're good for that army build. Couple of torsos. This one is from the Night Bus 75957 from 2019. What's the guy called? He's like called, I don't know, Neil Shufflepuke or something like that. Anyway, he's the conductor for that bus, and I just thought I'd get the same uniforms and change out the skin tone for yellow so I could have conductors on my yellow buses around the bus station. And in the catalogue, it says this is a torso with a silver camera. It's not a camera. It's a ticket machine to sort of roll off old school tickets like they did back in the day when they had a conductor. So it's not a camera at all. It shows the age of whoever put that on. Not that I ever went on a bus when they had these things, but I am familiar that they existed. And here we've got the evil wizard torso from Series 13, which I thought could be a lady, and that could be her fancy outfit, albeit with skulls and potentially some damage as well. Maybe teeth marks. Oh, yeah, we got teeth marks on the back. This order is not without its little problems, but yes, so that is slightly chewed. I'm less interested in that now. What else have we got? Don't know why these are in a bag, but they are. Maybe they're new. I don't know. They look quite shiny new. Random generic bits, plus some really nice shields. So I'll probably take care of these. And I bought 3 of them, which is kind of the number I'm going for each contingent battle group, kind of at my joust. 1 for the knight himself and 2 for the kind of guys escorting. I mean, I could give these to anyone really, given they've got some rather neutral colours. So it could be even these guys who don't have a light blue shield use these ones. And they've been in a couple of sets, but first of all, they came on the Tower Bridge set 10214, where they're halfway along the kind of top span of Tower Bridge, sporting as they do St George's Cross, of course, the flag of England. And you know, ages and ages ago when I started to do those rail bridges, you know, I've got the blue rail bridge and I've got the grey girder bridge for the rail as well. I was actually considering getting that Tower Bridge set and kind of expanding the width of the roadway, even though it's kind of the completely wrong scale, and having trains running underneath it, you'd have to increase the height of the arches as well. And I never did. And it's partially because it's so iconic, it'd be a bit weird if Brick Nottingham had Tower Bridge in it. But yeah, I think it's definitely possible. I think somebody should do that one day anyway, have trains running over Tower Bridge. But yeah, very good. Loads of little, what are they called? Horn pieces, I suppose. Probably Front of the Sea. Can't remember why I bought those. The bright and colourfuls, it could be that. And we've even got some lavender, bigger ones, which are very interesting. Right, so I think that was that bag. And that was eventful, wasn't it? Lots of good stuff in there. Couple of things that are a bit disappointing with the chewed torso and TV sticker, but that's not the end of the world. That was pretty cheap. I did get 2 solar panels, and these are always risky to buy because you only get one go placing these stickers. If you ever try and move this, it will leave all the shiny stuff behind and you'll just peel off kind of the black outline. So yeah, for every one of these you buy that you can use, there's probably one you can't. And I think we've got one of each. I think that one looks central enough. I think it could have been slightly more central, given that it's slightly more to the right than the left, but it's usable, especially at a distance. And you attach that to a satellite and it'll look rather special if you ask me. So I like that one. This one, my word. Yeah, they didn't have a good day when they tried to put that on. They've missed the piece at the top. It's hanging over the edge. Kind of looks all right in reverse, I suppose, but we've got a big lip down here. I'll probably try and move that again, but past attempts have not been successful with this at all. These foil pieces, yeah, they just won't move conveniently. But anyway, I've got one, and I don't think they were that dear either. So, yeah, the other one I'll keep for a rainy day. And then one more bag of awesomeness. Should I tip it on the top? I'm going to tip it to one side and then dump it on the top. And this seems to have been done by size, because we've got slightly bigger pieces in here. And for my Ninjago City, which I'm going to try and do away from my Brick Nottingham 2.0 main city, just so it almost looks like it's a foreign country and maybe you have to fly to get there or something. And then I can make it a bit more futuristic and dystopian and, you know, make it a quasi, I don't know, Hong Kong or Taiwan or and it would make sense that we've got all the different languages on signs and so on. So this one is a piece that I can just use, I don't know, as a shop sign there. And obviously, if you can read this language, that it's never going to be fully appropriate for what it is. I think this one is called Dragon Wing, because it came from the 7700 Stealth Hunter from 2006. So yeah, well, I'm just going to be a typical Westerner and using these Eastern symbols wherever I see fit, possibly even the wrong way up and so on in places, just because I can't read it myself. We've got some more examples of symbols. Here's one, and I've got this one twice. Yeah, I have. So here's another one, and I'm hoping I'm holding it up the right way. It looks like I am. Golly, you know what? It could be either way, but one of these is the right way up, presumably, and says Dragon Fang. 7701 Grand Titan from 2006, that one came from. Also an XO4 set. And I've even got these sort of vent stickers that I can use all over the place as well. Oh, and a caution. What's that say? Warning. Warning. Oh, golly, I can't read that. Anyway, yeah. So loads of stickers to use on there. I'll definitely be taking them off these pieces. I've got two Dr. Inferno ones, so that's all right, isn't it? From 8631, Jetpack Pursuit from 2008. Proves that Lego definitely doesn't have guns and shooting and violence in its sets. Definitely doesn't, and never did. And anyone who says to the contrary is a liar. Yeah, he was firing full auto in that one, wasn't he? Anyway, I've got two lovely symbols there to put on a future unplanned Dr. Inferno build. Now, check that out. That looks like Chewbacca's sort of weapon there, and I can even fit my own adult finger into that. Oh, and it's kind of spongy and twisty. I bought this out of pure curiosity because I didn't know how it worked, and I wanted to know. And it is very interesting indeed. So this is kind of a squid catapult. I can't remember the proper name in the catalogue, what it called it. But yeah, it's very interesting, isn't it? Ugh, feels a bit weird. And this is to fire, not bought today, these things, which I dug out of my undersea kind of heap. And I've got a blue one and an orange one. And what you're supposed to do, I'm reliably informed, is to sort of stick the head in there and then kind of pull the tail back and then let rip. Oh, hold on. He pulled out. Ooh, just about to let rip and then he popped out. Let me try and do that again. There we go. Ooh. Oh, that didn't work. Am I going to hold it more firmly? No, he's wedged in now. There must be a knack to this, and I'm not getting it. Because I'm pretty sure you don't thread it through. Right, that doesn't work. I'm going to practice that. Oh, there we go. Hey, there's a knack to it. You can get it going whilst knocking your camera in the process. It's not very good, is it? Yeah, that's rubbish. Don't buy those unless you're much better at catapulting squids than I am. So there we go. That's that. Another piece from that sort of neck of the woods, being Hero Factory in this case, these flame pieces. They came in loads of different sets, like 2193, Jetbug from 2011, who kind of uses them as, I think, sort of exhaust fumes, which I think is a great way of using it. First instinct is it looks like sort of Freddy Krueger hands or something like that, which it definitely could be of a beastie. I mean, if you can attach these to a minifigure somehow, which you might be able to, that would be very scary indeed if you saw somebody running towards you with those. But they could also be, yeah, either firing guns or jet. Oh, they definitely look like jet exhausts to me. That looks really good. So that's probably going in the Ninjago pile for one of my flying cars of the future. That looks great. Like those. We've got some generic blue bricks, which we probably don't need now since we've got this massive heap from the anonymous donor. But they were specific ones that I need for that flyer. So there's lots of those. No, that must have been from the original package. Oh, I've got a third one of those. That's good. Oh, and I've got a second one of those. That's good. Right, then I've got, this is interesting. It's a massive Vladek helmet. Oh, yes. So I was thinking of using this not as the visor it's supposed to be on one of those sort of huge figures, like 8774, Vladek from 2004, but maybe as sort of a standard topper or something like that. So it's basically on a big pole, and they hold it aloft as their sigil. And there's probably no decent connection point. No, I can't see any connection point there. So I think it was just on some tiny little dents here, or rather little points to pivot on the side of the head, but that's not going to. So maybe I've got some of those big heads, so maybe I can pick one out that I can attach it to that isn't too, I don't know, ugly, essentially. See if I can use that, but I do really like it. I did get another similar one like this that does have an attachment point on, so maybe I'll use that instead, but I kind of wanted to get both in case this one was miles better, because it was mere pennies. That's good. More bits for that flyer. Here's another set of symbols, this time in dark green. I really like the sort of wheel kind of symbol as well as these smaller ones. And that came from 8100 Cyclone Defender from 2007, also Exo Force. And apparently those symbols say army units. Yeah, so there's a bit of a theme developing there on all these symbols. So yeah, it's going to look like a very militaristic sort of empire when it finally gets to being built and all of these are around. A lot of these blue flap pieces for the control surfaces of that flyer. Oh, another one of these great big masks, and this one also doesn't have very good connection points, it looks like. No, just those pivot points again, so that's difficult, because I really like this one even more because of look at all that gold decoration on it. That looks lovely. Oh, and on the bridge of the nose, and these lovely sort of mouth guard pieces. Oh, that is beautiful, isn't it? So I need to find a way to use this. I suppose yellow eyes peeking through this one wouldn't be as bad as the Vladek one. So maybe I can dig out one of those heads and use it here. So this one came from set 8793, Sarascus from 2005. And that makes this the Rascus visor. So I think the character's called Rascus, just like earlier we had Jaco. I think that's all their names. So yeah, that is this coloured guy. So yeah, I really want to use that. And I have this in mini form for, I was going to do a kind of Green Knight. Maybe he's on his own and doesn't have anyone because he's very mysterious indeed. But maybe he has this as the symbol for his tent or something like that. So anyway, that is very nice. I thought I would buy that for pennies as well. Ooh, second one of those. And that's the other way up. So one of them's the wrong way up. Loads of laser guns for my Alien Conquest people. Absolute load. There's about another 10 over here. Some of these slopes, which I'm presuming is either for funnels on a ship or maybe for that flyer. Can't remember that. That's for the flyer. Another one of those for the flyer. Did we get all the stickered pieces? I'm thinking we got the tail, didn't we? We got the yellow ones. We got the 1x6s. And yeah, wasn't there some great big wedges? I don't know if they're as part of a second order or if they're disappointingly missing from this one, but there's the great big sort of 1x3x8 or whatever wedge pieces that are stickered for the sides of that flyer as well. Can't remember if they're on this order or not, but hopefully if they, hopefully they're not part of this order because they don't seem to be in this package. But anyway, cool. That is a really good order. I do think this catapult is a bit of a letdown, if I'm honest with you. Maybe it's just the technique of its user, but yeah, I didn't get on very well with that, did I? I really like this solar panel, even though we've only got one of them. That came from 6456, Mission Control, by the way, from 1999 on a satellite. I love all these minifigures for all of my collections, apart from the sun-damaged ones, and yeah, I think the highlight was the main reason for this order, which is being able to build that Earth Defense HQ flyer. So yeah, hopefully I've got those other two vital parts on another order. Otherwise, there's going to be problems and a communication to the vendor. But otherwise, I think it's mostly repairable. Probably one tile that I can't. But a really diverse and interesting haul. Loads of future stickers for future projects. We've finished our massive conveyor and we've got loads of normal parts for normal projects, which is a really generous gift from the anonymous sender. Thank you, anonymous sender. Well, this may well be the most colourful brick haul ever. This array of wonderful bricks all over my desk just looks an absolute picture, if you ask me. It seems a shame to almost have to tidy it all up, but tidy it up we must, otherwise we'll have no space for future videos. So, as always, thank you very much for watching. It is appreciated. Do remember to like, comment and subscribe for more awesome brick hauls. Do also subscribe to the main Robin Hood Bricks channel to see all of these pieces being used in future projects. And if you value this channel, or that one for that matter, there are many ways in which you can support them. Do check out the links in the description below. And next time on Robin Hood Bricks, I'm hoping to do a build on Friday if I get time in between work and builders. Then on Monday, I may have another build or just that other one if I didn't get time, because I don't think we're going to have a builders update on Monday, partially because the builders have gone AWOL and are doing something else before coming back. Not my choice, but that's the, well, truth of the matter. So anyway, we'll have a week without a Lego Room update, and then we'll be back here next week, of course, for yet another haul. And I've already received another PO Box package to go through. So if you sent that, it has arrived successfully. So anyway, until all of that, see you. Right, who wants next go on the conveyor belt ride? Yeah, Woo? You up? Let's go.